The story of Isaac, the son of the promise, the man of silence and obedience, when everything seemed biologically impossible, when time had already closed all doors, when human hope no longer existed, God decided to fulfill his promise. This is not just the story of a man who was born from a miracle, it's the story of a son who was almost sacrificed, from an heir who lived in the shadow of a great father, and from a man who learned to trust in God through silence, obedience, and perseverance. Today, you will learn about Isaac's journey, the son of the promise, the man at the altar, and the patriarch teaches us that sometimes the greatest act of faith, it's trusting without saying a word. The miracle of Isaac's birth, Abraham and Sarah had already waited for decades. God's promise echoed in their hearts, but the years passed, and nothing happened. Abraham was nearly 100 years old. Sarah, nearly 90. Logic dictated, "It's too late." My body was saying, "It's impossible." But God said, "I will fulfill what I promised." Then, at God's appointed time, Sarah conceived, and the laughter that was once one of disbelief, now it has become laughter of joy. The boy was named Isaac, which means laughter, because God transformed doubt into joy. Waiting in witness, and the impossible becomes reality. From birth, Isaac was more than just a son. He was living proof that God never fails. The son of promise in the conflict with Ishmael. With Isaac's birth, the separation became inevitable. Ishmael, Abraham's son with Hagar, was already a teenager, and the tension between the two lineages grew. Sarah realized that God's promise needed to run its course, and God confirmed to Abraham Isaac would be the heir to the covenant. This decision was not easy. Abraham suffered, but he learned an essential lesson. Not everything that comes from human effort is part of God's eternal plan. Isaac grew up as the heir to the promise, not through their own merit, but that's because God had chosen it that way. The day Isaac went up to the altar, Isaac was already young when the most significant moment of his life occurred. God asked Abraham to do something unthinkable, that he should offer Isaac as a sacrifice. Father and son climbed Mount Moriah together. Isaac was carrying the wood. Abraham carried the fire and the knife. At one point, Isaac asked, "Father, here's the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb?" Abraham responded with words that would endure for generations. God will provide the lamb for himself. Isaac could have run away. He could have resisted, but he didn't. He trusted. He allowed himself to be tied up. He turned himself in. At the last moment, God intervened. The sacrifice was interrupted. A lamb was provided, and Isaac came down from the mountain alive, forever bearing the mark of someone who learned that obedience saves lives. Isaac, the man of silence, unlike Abraham, who heard promises, and of Jacob, who lived through conflicts. Isaac is remembered for his silence. The Bible records few of his words, but many acts of faith. Isaac did not build cities. He did not lead armies. He didn't seek the spotlight. He chose to remain where God had planted him. During a time of famine, God told him, "Do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land I will tell you about." Isaac obeyed, and right there, amidst the scarcity, he prospered. The blessing of the Lord was upon him. So conspicuous was he that the Philistines began to envy him. Isaac's wells. A lesson in humility. Isaac's servants dug wells, but the Philistines captured them. Isaac could fight, but he preferred to back down. He dug another well. They took it to... He dug a third one. And finally, he found peace. Isaac called that place Rehoboth, saying, "Now the Lord has given us space, and we will prosper." Isaac teaches us something powerful. Not every battle needs to be won through confrontation. Sometimes, God honors those who know when to retreat. The marriage with Rebekah. Abraham did not want Isaac to marry women from Canaan, so he sent his servant to find a wife among his relatives. Rebekah appeared as a direct answer to prayer, a woman of character, generous and determined. Isaac received it, and the Bible says that he loved her. After Sarah's death, Isaac was comforted by Rebekah. Their marriage was more than just a union. It was emotional healing. Twin children and the pain of preference. Rebekah was barren for a time, but Isaac prayed, and God answered. Esau and Jacob came, two children, two natures, two destinies. Isaac loved Esau. Rebekah loved Jacob. This division would have profound consequences. Isaac's home became a scene of deceit and pain. Already old and with failing eyesight, Isaac was deceived. Jacob received the blessing meant for Esau. Even wounded, Isaac understood something greater. God's plan was above human error. The end of Isaac's journey, Isaac lived about 180 years. A long life, marked not by grand speeches, but through unwavering loyalty. He died peacefully, and he was buried by his two sons, Jacob and Esau. The son of the promise fulfilled his role, without seeking the spotlight. Without major confrontations, the alliance continued, because God is faithful to all generations. Isaac's lesson. For us, Isaac teaches us that not every call is noisy. Not all faith needs words. Not every purpose requires taking the lead. Sometimes, God is working precisely in the silence, in daily obedience, in the confidence that asks no questions. Isaac lived between two great generations, and yet it was essential to God's eternal plan. If this story resonated with you, please like and share this video with someone who needs to remember that God is faithful to His promises. Subscribe to the channel to continue following biblical stories that strengthen faith and the heart. And write in the comments, I trust in God's timing. Until the next video.